This video will discuss the upcoming skill update that's going live on 1st of July. There will be a lot of update coming on this, but I will focus more on the skills. Heavy disclaimer that the skill changes are all based on the JP second anniversary changes, and we will not know if everything will be implemented or not on this update. The second anniversary change itself will introduce evolve skill from the gold skills, but I don't think we will get it on the current update, so I will not include that in this video. Let's take a look at what they will change for the skills though. These first set of skills will get more lenient access to activating the skill. What this means is that the activation condition of the skills are now easier than it used to be. For example, for Valentine Asian Flash, her unique Guten Appetit needs her to overtake 3 times on the final corner to activate her unique. But after the update, it now only requires to overtake. Some other examples are Wedding Mayano. After the update, her unique flowery maneuver changes to when she overtakes, it is fine to be on the final corner and beyond, as opposed to her old version where it needs to be specifically on the corner only. These also affect a couple of other gold skills, for example, Fast and Furious, where the activation condition needing 5th position or above is now changed to only 4th position or above. Here is the list of the whole skill that changed. Do keep in mind that some of these are also newer skills. The second set of skill will get some adjustment on their activation condition. Basically, they're revamping how the skill activates, and some of them got major changes. This is different than the first set, where they actually changed the condition rather than just slightly adjusting the numbers of the existing conditions. A great example for this is Tokai Teo unique skill, Sky High Tail Step. Previously, this unique is very hard to activate. You need to do an overtake on an Uma that has one length difference than your tail on the final straight. After the update, it simply becomes if you achieve these conditions in the final stage of the race, that is phase 2, then on the final straight, this unique will simply activate. It makes the condition to activate much easier. Another example is Lights of Vaudeville from Fuji Kiseki. The activation condition now becomes more lenient, and you will get a fixed activation point of 300 meters left in the race, which will make it one of the better speed skill inherit. Here are the full list of the skill that get changed for their activation condition. Obviously, I'm just going through it very briefly here. If you are interested on all the skills, you can check it out on the Game Tora by toggling on the Japanese server or simply checking out the compiled version on uma.guide. I will link the website on the description down below. I might cover the full changes if people are also interested. There are also some minor ones where they only change the activation timing of the skills, but actually impacts a lot on how these skills work. Activation timing here means where the skill actually activates. For example, one of the major one is BOFA, or Breath of Fresh Air, where instead of activating somewhere on a random straight, now it activates in the middle leg straight, which is a huge upgrade to our current version as it can activate basically on any random straights. After the update, we do not need to gamble if our BOFA will activate late on the race, and GG we get no stamina recovery or UMA dies, so this is a significant upgrade. Another one that gets an upgrade is also Turbo Sprint, for example. Now, instead of it activating on the random point in the middle leg, it goes into phase 2 or late race, which will help a bit on the RNG fast for sprint distance. Your fan favorite gambling extraction skill like on your left also gets a little of a buff. Now, its activation zone is closer to the start of the late race, earlier than it used to be. If we see the description, it now activates on the first half section of phase 2 right here. So good about this skill as well as that now the order rate is 4th position and above. So if you're running a late surger, previously it's only for position 6 and above. And that means if you get too further ahead or you build a very strong late surger, you basically just waste your skill point because you will never activate your on your left. But now, with the update, if you build a very strong late surger, you can still activate on your left. This is a very nice upgrade for late surger. Here are the list of skills that get changed on the activation timing. The third set of skills are skills that get buffed either on their skill effect or their skill duration. For example, Porumsin Sky Unique gets a zero point 0.1 increase in acceleration effect on her unique skill. There's also skill that get a huge buff like Special Week for example, that gets changed from target speed into current speed for her unique. This is a huge upgrade because current speed is added to whatever the actual speed the UMA is currently, rather than target speed where the UMA needs to accelerate to achieve this. Another example for skill duration that gets buffed is Barcarolle of Blessing, TM Opera O's unique. It gets upgraded from 4 second to 5 second in duration. This is quite a big upgrade as well for the inherent skill as it goes up from 2.4 second to 3 second. Here is the full list as well of the skills that gets upgraded either on the effect or their duration. Lastly, there are also skills that get an entirely new effect. Basically, they added a whole new section on the unique or skill, that is, adding a requirement or condition that usually if met will give you more speed. For example, with Biwa Hayahide's Win QED, they added a condition on top of her unique where if she doesn't get rush, then her unique will give you more speed than the normal activation of the unique. Another example is Ancient Flash Unique, where they added a condition if she stays in the middle pack of the race, then she will get an additional speed boost on top of her usual unique. Here are the full list of the skills that gets this entirely new effect added onto these skills. If you are interested in the whole patch change as well, you can also check this JP Archive website for the balance changes. I linked it down in the description below if you want to check it. As always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next one.